A day 6 update. Time is flying already. So we have a lot of things to do, and I'm already on level 38, which is quite exciting in itself because I didn't think it would go this fast. Now, I start the video with one of the most important things, the Lingluo commission. So you know you have this 7-day commission right here where you can get a perfect lattice, you'll be able to get an SSR summon, you can get a lot of things essentially. And you see that day 6 missions are super easy. In fact, just to illustrate how easy these missions are, I'm not claiming to be the best player by far, right? But at the same time, you see that all you need to do by day 6 is defeat hard 1 or above of Doki Doki 10 times. Let's see what this hard 1 means. I'll go directly to Doki Doki and then we will see. So they said hard 1, right? Now hard 1 is here, you know, just below normal. And that was my reality during the first playthrough, like, oh, hard 1, it must be hard. No, there is like nightmare afterwards, and then there is hell. And right now, I could maybe finish even hell 2. I don't know, I will just do a hell 1 run through because I will need the modules and I will also need to complete the commission today. So this is a completely different experience of what I'm used to from the past, and it seems very much like that not only my skills have evolved, but also having Plume and the starter basically lets you have a completely different experience, because as soon as there is a defense down, like this skill, giving all the debuffs to the opponents, it's essentially a cheat code to PvE up until hell. Now, talking about this, I haven't made any progress whatsoever in Ember Track today, which means that I'm still on the Memory Abyss level 30. I would like to finish this. Let's see the ranking. We're right now on 45th place. I just have a couple of hours before the whole thing finishes and I have to restart the whole thing. Like 45th place, and after me a few more people have finished this level, dreaded level 28, so now there are 62 people in total. And I'm on position 45, but this position 45 is essentially a joint position 22. If you can complete level 30, now I don't know what the position 21 guy is doing, maybe he's just taking a break before trying out level 31, because 31 is easy and then 32 is gonna be hard. Wherever you see something even here, then this is just a temporary pause and they will continue. Now the issue is still that, let's see, how many hours do we have left? 16 hours on this account, on global. Now in Europe we have less than 16 hours. You know what this means? This means that I will finish today's chores, basically, whatever else I need to do, and then I will complete Ember Track on my main account, because I just finished level 42 today and I would like to push into hard mode as far as possible. I don't know how far I'm gonna get, but I will push some. Now the share story, I will give you some strategy in here. So you can see that it's already Tuesday day 6, but I got the absolute minimum even though I rolled really badly. What you can do is that you have these green spots, these dice. There you can select how many steps you move forward. So this means that whenever you have a die like this one, the green one, basically you select the farthest green spot that you can reach to pick up another die. Sometimes I pick up a double dice roll, but mainly when I know that I can get into this area, for example, where there are a lot of rewards. I picked up this thing, by the way, this yellow Animus prototype. One other thing is that if you are in this spot right here where the double dice is, or here, no, rather just here where the double dice are, or even before it, you have essentially a risk-free way of going into this other place where the big rewards are. And the risk-free way is the following. You roll once, and if you roll a 6 from here, for example, you land here, and in the all you select, I want to go 4 steps back, and then you turn in here. it's a risk-free way because then you don't have to use the green die. Or if you roll 2 and out of this there are like 33% probability, in that case, you know, you also get here. But you can also roll a 1 or a 3 where you get the reward that you want. And there is just a 1/3 probability that you roll 4 or 5 where you have the thing that you don't need. And then you just lost, basically gambled on one purple, or what is this, magenta die, just to get some extra rewards or get this detour for free. Because if you get the detour, then basically everything is available. And then obviously you want, what, move forward 6 spaces and collect all items along the way. So this is why if you have just one green die, in that case you might try to get lucky to roll a 6 and then move back 4 places, and then you roll 2 and collect all the rewards along the way. This is the idea. You play probabilities basically, and this is how you collect the maximum. Cubic game as well. I'm not sure if hard is already... Yeah, Nightmare is available. Amazing. Because if Nightmare is available, then we get more rewards. What most people don't know about this mode is that you can check out what to get. Like, this gives me Hydra Crystal, everything else can be grinded easily. So this means I have to refresh. And there you go, this is what I want to refresh for. This is one of the best setups I've ever seen in a hard mode. Because, for example, if you have a plus type of card, in that case it affects 2 Hydra Crystals as well as 1 Perfect Lattice fragment thing. And then you get the horizontals up, because you want to bump up the Perfect Lattice, obviously. And let's see if there is anything in common in between, like this. This and this is easy because it's diagonal. So you could basically pump up these ones, or you can also do something. No, it's just these two, unfortunately. Anyway, I will basically select this one. That works. Unfortunately, this doesn't help much. You cannot move things around. You have 8 cards in total, so you also need the spaces. This is an unfortunate card because if you place it here, then you won't be able to use the diagonal. So what I'm gonna do is a vertical boost. This thing. Straightforward. Now, this is ideal. That's what I wanted. There you go. All 4 of them. And then horizontal or vertical works too. So now I'll do horizontal. 6th one is just vertical or another instance of this. Good question. I may go for another instance of this to affect the Perfect Lattice. Replace 1 Animus on the cubic board, select 1 from 3 options. This may help. So I might boost any of them, or I'll do a force swap of one of them, and in that case that's gonna be Lian. And unfortunately this won't work, I will just cancel placement. You can see as well if the options are the same. Well, we could have a look at it and no thank you. I would love to have more Perfect Lattice pieces essentially, but I couldn't. So this means that we need to roll for something else, diagonal or horizontal. I don't want horizontal, because this spot, if there is a plus and there is a lower and lower chance for it, in that case I would affect all 3 of the Animuses. So I will just do a simple diagonal one to affect the Perfect Lattice, and then there is the 8th and final one. Unfortunately there is no plus, so horizontal, vertical, so for this reason I will just boost horizontal, and now we can call it a day. I will do the fights themselves a bit later, so I will get Perfect Lattice fragments. This is something that I really want, obviously. If you check out my inventory, you see the fragments, 34 fragments. Obviously we need to go up to 50 to get yet another Perfect Lattice. This thing, the Lian Animus, it doesn't matter because this is a 30 days challenge, and by the end First of all, I'm not unlikely to use Lian, and second, more importantly, in 30 days you won't be able to collect 50 days of stuff. The math just doesn't add up. The reason why I'm using Lian in the Union is that I'm closely monitoring what the other guild members are doing in the Union assist. And if you check out, most people go for blue. Last time, multiple people went for green. And today, one of them changed to red. In fact, two of them changed to red. So this means that tomorrow, you know which unit I'm gonna get. So I'll withdraw Lian. And I will get someone else, a green one. Just to balance things out as much as possible. Alright. Then the pass is still going on. Now, in the pass, we're not gonna get perfect lattice or anything. But it's still good to complete this for the evolution lattice at least, and the other rewards. And then comes the Animus. So we have one more day to reset Lian, and then the question is who is gonna be my damage dealer. Not much has changed since then, and given that I'm not summoning right now because I'm not incentivized to summon, there is still a gap, so maybe I will build Ditting, which means that I'm gonna star him up and so on. But maybe before that, just to do the final push in Ember Track, I might star upgrade either Valerian or Freya or Tsukiyomi for that matter, because those 4 levels are gonna be quite straightforward. I have a team idea for level 42 of Ember Track that worked for me really well. Everything evolves around Plume. Oddly enough, Plume doesn't even have to survive, but if he survives, it's even better. The idea is that you put Plume in for the decreased defense especially, so the first wave of level 42 of Ember Track can be cleared with Plume and even Lian. So because I have today, so that's why. Plume and Lian. And then on the other account I already had Lingluo. This is a problem because here I don't have Lingluo. But on the other account it worked, and Sanya as well. Not 4-starred, but more. So this means that if anyone died, I could revive them, but they don't die. And then maybe you can cancel out Lingluo, so you don't need the double healing, and you put Valerian in for health equalization purposes, primarily. And secondarily the shield. Actually, no, primarily shield, secondary health equalization. Because if you have enough healing capacity, maybe even with double healers, with or without, it works either way, or shield for that matter, and Freya is able to buff us quite well as well. So if you have health equalization, then if you heal enough and if you're tanky enough, then the opponents won't be able to kill you. And the only thing you need to do in that case is to crit as much as possible. Now I only have critical rate 64% and I have relatively high critical damage, because in the modules I have like critical rate, critical damage everywhere. I don't even have the best possible modules, by the way. It's still grinding, and I want to skip the 2 symbol ones. I want to go straight to the 3 symbol ones, and the way to do that is through better shells and better level stars and so on. So that's why I'm not grinding this so that all of them are red, because Hell 3 gives you the proper ones. Hell 1, Hell 2 is just a temporary stopgap. And if you do this, then actually even with Lian you have a relatively good team. But the problem with Lian is the following. I'm quite convinced that despite what most people, most content creators say, I'm quite convinced that Lian still has a use case and is still a good unit even in PvP. At infinity. What does infinity mean? If you have infinite resources. And how do you have infinite resources? With time. Now, if you put 15 perfect lattices into Lian, which you can, actually I maxed out her skill 3 already because I can claim back her resources tomorrow. So if you put 15 perfect lattices into her, or even just this bottom one, and you collect the dupes, and you maybe even do the skill 2 is still good, and you pair her with Lily for the attack, And okay, maybe we need to do something with a skill 1 too. I'm a maximalist. And you have a good enough shell. Better than this one. This is just a simple Twilight Knight for now, a stopgap once again. You have a better shell than this one. Oh, on my main account I have so much better shells than this one. Then she's gonna be a usable unit with a crit rate, crit damage build. So damage rate and damage. This is unfortunate, I didn't have a double crit rate build. I couldn't grind those modules. I want 2 crit rates, 1 crit damage. And if her crit damage is high, her crit rate is high, like 100% plus, I would say, then she's gonna be quite useful along with another damage dealer. Now the problem is that in this specific playthrough, we have 30 days. 30 days come with limited resources, and those limited resources, if you put most of them into Lian, then your opposition will figure it out, and they will just ban her. And then you have the rest of your team with less resources. Good luck winning the tournament. That's the problem. I don't think that Lian is a bad unit, despite what most people say. Based on my own experience, I have a direct comparison between Lian and Holden. I could use the same crit rate, crit damage build. I can exchange their shells, their modules, their everything. Same number of dupes, same everything. And yet, Lian has its use case according to my own experience. Compared to Holden. Now compared to Messiah, compared to Lilium, actually even compared to Lilium. If Lilium is not close to maxed out, Lian still has the upper hand. So she has a use case, but unfortunately not in this tournament. That's the tough part. So we'll need to outthink the opponent and not outdevelop the opponent. That's the issue. And with that, basically I summarized everything. There is gonna be the reset event tomorrow. I will put the perfect lattices into good use. Hint, there is one amazing perfect lattice here that we can grab on level 40 with the 1200 Etheria. This is like 10 wins. And I think I'm still winning most of my arena battles. Let's see. Did I lose at all? We can check the stats. I mean, I don't know if I ever lost. Battle report, you can check it out. So, okay, this is a new game, right? Success rate as an attacker, 23 victories, 0 defeats. Now, if someone attacked my defense, 2 victories, 4 defeats, and not many people attack me so far. Defeat in defense. Against, well, I can understand why. You have a damage dealer, you have a 6-star Plume, you have a 6-star Lily. I haven't even used a selector, and well, my Freya is the same as yours basically. Maybe with different shells, different modules. And these are just attack victories. I did quite a few to advance the arena missions. And whenever I get defeated, it's with a Lilium or with someone crazy. So that's that I understand. Most of the time, whenever I get defeated, I also get a Lily, I also get a Messiah. So essentially, I'm not doing that badly. And you can see my formation. Is this the formation that I'm looking for? Or is it rather that I take Tsukiyomi out and I take Valerian in? And I think this may make a bit more sense in this specific formation. Especially because blue is vulnerable. So I decreased my vulnerability a bit more, but then Valerian is gonna be vulnerable against Messiah. Somewhat vulnerable. A good question. I don't have an answer whether this should be my defense. No, you know what? I think this should be my defense. You know why? Because most people are beginners. And if they see 4 SSR units, one of them being LDSSR, then they will just not attack me, and this is what I want. I want to drop less, so I want to deter the attacks. They will go the easier way, they will attack bots instead of me. That's why I'm gonna keep it. Not because this is definitely a stronger team, but because I want more deterrence value. That's why. I can get away with it on this level. Now, gold N+1, whatever that is, I don't know. And I'm expecting to drop after tomorrow when I reset Lian. So I need to complete that arena mission before it. This is it. That was the summary of day 6. I will make progress in Ember track. And then we'll see what day 7 holds. Hint, we're gonna get Link Luo. Hint, we're gonna get to level 40. And we'll also be able to start, for this reason, Eternate Rally before it ends as well sometime next week on Wednesday.